Koch goes on, "Greetings, Commander. What do you think of the Sword of Valor? It has changed under the effects of my powers." The Herald raises a hand. "Do not fret, champion. The great relic given to the world by my Lady Yomide will continue to serve you just as it had served all people before now. The Sword of Valor has now not lost its protective properties. It has merely changed its design. Some people call it blasphemous, but not I, for the power that changed the banner's design was given to you by Yomide herself. It seems that I caused the Sword of Valor to change. Blood from the wound on my chest fell onto the banner, and that means this mysterious wound is a mark of valor given to you by my mistress, setting you apart from all the rest, champion. Are you sure that this wound is a gift from Yomide? No. I could be mistaken and unable to perceive the full truth. The inheritor's thoughts are hidden from me, for I am but her hand, not her brain. I do not test her mouth. I do not test her will with my doubt, not crave answers to my questions. I simply trust and serve. But I know that if your body has been harmed by malevolent fiends, my goddess would have extended her mercy to you and healed you. Why did the goddess bestow this wound on me? Because this world of yours, champion, is bleeding. That's a beautiful metaphor. And my lady's chosen one carries a crimson mark as a sign of the great suffering borne by mortal kind. The scarlet drops on your breast. They are the blood of all the martyrs and all the innocents. This is how I see it. Can you heal me? Defy my lady's will. It pains me, but I must refuse you, champion. If you are suffering from his affliction, it must be part of the inheritor's design. The pain serves to remind you of the path you must take. Thank you. Do not allow doubt and fear to enter your heart. My lady will not abandon us. Did you learn anything about what happened at Pelura's fall? About the echo of Descadi and his victim? Not yet, says the angel, sadness clear in his voice. My heavenly mistress does not answer my call. She is clearly occupied by other matters and concerns. So far, I have learned nothing of use from my fellow angels, but they are seeking knowledge of the echo and where he takes his victims. I still have hope that we can save his victim. However, this matter cannot be permitted to overshadow the importance of the crusade, no matter how personally it may be for you and me. Stopping the demons is our main goal. Tracking down the echo and saving our ally, alas, is not. Please tell me about yourself and your goddess. I will gladly answer any questions. What's it like being the herald of a deity? It is a great honor and a great responsibility. The herald is not always the strongest among a deity's servants, but the herald is always one who embodies the key principles of their faith. This means that I am bound to uphold the highest ideals of Yomide, righteous valor, justice, and honor. This is a tall order even for an angel, but I cannot falter in my duty even slightly. Therein lies my service to the goddess, and thousands of her faithful followers. What does a herald usually do? I serve as the hand and voice of the goddess, carrying out her will and delivering her message. When her radiance has no tasks for me, I am occupied by the same duties as other warriors of heaven. I keep unfailing watch of the goddess's domain. I escort the souls of the faithful to Pharasma's court, and then on to their waiting afterlife. I also watch over the goddess's chosen, and when the opportunity arises, I descend into hell to engage in honest combat with the devils. It allows me to study their tactics. What is Yomide like? The herald chuckles softly. No doubt you are hoping to hear a tale of her untold divine might, and the awe she elicits in those around her. Yes, this is true of the inheritor, but it is also true that she seemed much closer and understandable to you than to others, such as myself, for example. I'm not into Pathfinder. I have no idea about this universe, but To me, it sounds isn't Iomide a new goddess? Is she maybe this Arelo Volesh? I mean, that would be a heavy twist. I don't know. Is this? I mean, Pathfinder is a D&D universe, so it's fixed, like Warhammer. So I'm not even sure the story here is this a known Pathfinder story, or was this specifically made for this game? Iomide was born an ordinary person in the cursed lands of Cheliax, and traveled a long road before she became the righteous queen of heaven. I mean, I don't know. But she's never forgotten who she was before. I'm older than my lady goddess, much older, and still I bow down before her foresight and wisdom. We mortals who spend much of our time on the outer planes can sometimes struggle to comprehend the pain, fear and joy that mortals feel. But not Iomide. She's as human as she is divine. Why is Heaven's host not aiding the Crusaders? You could have destroyed the world wound long ago. You cannot imagine how your question fills me with sorrow. My greatest desire since the day the world wound opened was to come here at the head of a light-bringing army and drive out the legions of darkness, to harry them out, till they were cowering in the farthest corners of the abyss. But, alas, we, the first servants of the goddess, are greatly restricted in what we can do. The Crusades are the mortals' battle for their own world. If I bring angelic forces here, it will become a war between heaven and the abyss. Waves of power, magic, incinerating everything within sight. Armies of celestials and demons fighting in every corner of this world. The consequences would be horrific. Remember, everything you have seen up to now has been the work of only two demon lords, Descati and Baphomet. But in the abyss there are dozens of creatures with similar power. They are disunited and despise one another almost as much as they despise all that is light and righteous. But be sure that they will not miss a chance to sink their teeth into heaven's throat. If all the demon lords marched into Golarion, it would be the stuff of nightmares, and it cannot be allowed to become a reality. If you can't interfere in the course of the crusade, why are you helping me? There's permissible interference, and then there's crossing the line. I was permitted to create the ward stones and gift them to the Crusaders, to offer my advice, and from time to time even appear on the battlefield myself to accompany several allies. This does not stray beyond the bounds of the mortals' war. I could have been summoned with equal success by a faithful cleric. But the appearance here of heaven's multitudinous host in full force is another matter entirely. Alas, for now I can only offer you this, my presence and a small troop of my loyal soldiers. Wait, does it mean that we have now angels at our bequest? That would be cool. Thank you for your answers. I am here to illuminate you, champion. I would like to talk to you about angels. You have my full attention. How are angels made? Like other supernatural beings, we most often, though not always, are born from the souls of mortals. You must be aware of the grand laws governing the cycle of birth and death. After Phrasma's court, each mortal soul receives their merited afterlife. Hell and the abyss, heaven and Elysium, each soul goes to the plane that called to them in life. But when they arrive at their destination, a different fate awaits each soul. Where evil reigns supreme, souls typically become commodities or prey. And a scant few are reborn as wicked fiends. In the planes of good, souls are destined for peaceful rest, or great deeds in a new guise, such is the lot of angels. We are born from the souls of noble mortals. One soul or several, it can vary. Sometimes the gods can also create angels out of the essence of their plane, but this essence also contains fragments of good souls. What is the difference between angels and mortals? That is a question for sages and philosophers to debate. I am just a simple warrior. The hand of the inheritor's voice sounds cheerful, but becomes increasingly solemn as he continues. Although many supernatural beings are born from the souls of mortals, we are not mortals. We are cut from the cloth of the plane from which we originate. We are an idea made flesh. Many things mortals care deeply about mean nothing to us, such as time, for instance, or gender. Only a few of my kind see themselves as male or female. For the majority of angels, these words are meaningless. We can communicate with any creature without learning their language. and we do not freeze in even the most terrible frost. We are different. But we will never look down on mortals because of that. And we will never, ever stop praying for you or protecting you. Yeah, sending thoughts and prayers, right? Do you also change your profile banners in heaven? Thank you very much. In Kenabris, I touched the wardstone and I saw the angels trapped inside. The Herald of Neomede gives a sigh beneath his helmet. It was a heavy decision for all of us. My mistress sent out a call to take a stand against the demons, and many angels of heaven answered it. We chose the noblest and bravest from among those who volunteered to sacrifice their freedom for the sake of Golarion, and we locked their souls inside the wardstones. They were fated to stand guard there, inside the cold depth of stone, pitting their unbending will against creeping demonic corruption. But alas, the goddess and I fail to account for the weakness that lurks even in the best of us. Time has not yet been kind to my brothers and sisters. Despair has taken root in their souls, forcing them to act against their goddess and their calling. Thank you for finding a way to preserve the wardstone, despite the fact that many of my brothers and sisters inside abandoned their vigil. I do not condemn them. I do not know if I could have withstood the demonic corruption if I had been in their place. The herald shakes his head, despondently. Can you tell me anything about my power? I'm afraid not. Even I am not privy to all the workings of my radiant mistress. I believe that she has chosen you, and I know that she watches over her chosen ones most attentively. She does not lead mortals by the hand, but allows them to prove themselves, to prove that they are worthy of her divine mercy. Almost as soon as I met you, I felt that I had gained a long-lost brother. The flame of heaven burns so brightly within you, it is impossible to miss it. While Yomide was still mortal, she underwent the test of the Starstone and gained her godhood. It may well be that you are experiencing a similar trial, at the end of which you will gain true righteousness and power. The Starstone. Unique gemstones, Dracularion, Earthfall, okay. The test of the Starstone gained godhood. Farewell. May Yomide's light be with you.